So here we have me with a finisher on my back and biceps day. I'd already done one set of these 3 exercises before this and thought you might like to have a look at it. So here is me doing 5 narrow grip pull-ups. That bar's really fat, you can't see there, but it is, I promise you. They're heavy, and I'm looking at getting a tight angle at the elbow. So that's getting right to the top, feeling it on the way down, lengthening at the elbow, thinking less about the lats and more about my biceps. The second exercise is me here with some decline bicep curls, and if you notice, my palms there are facing upwards or outwards, depending on how you want to look at that, and I fatigue. It's not particularly good form, that's why I'm going to show you the second set as well. As I fatigue, after a couple more repetitions here, you'll see that I turn them into, here you go, is more of a hammer grip curl, so the palms now facing each other, which is easier. So you might call that a bit of a mechanical drop set, going from one exercise that's harder on the same muscle group, turning it into an easier version of the same exercise, hitting a slightly different angle. And here I do much more of a regular drop set. Again, because this is a little bit too heavy, you can see form's pretty average there. I'm using a little bit of hips, I can see there, so I dropped down. Form was pretty ugly, that's why I've dropped the weight down, and I finished with another 3 or 4 repetitions, I think, with 5 kilos less than what I started with. Form's much better now, strict and lifting all the way through from the bottom, initiating the lift with the bicep and very much controlling that negative. What I aim for is 10 repetitions. So you'll see a couple more. Form's starting to go again, but much better than with the heavier weight. There we go. So that's round number 1. And I wasn't happy with the form on those, and I thought because I was showing you guys, I would show you the second set. This is after about a minute rest, maybe a little bit longer, closer to 90 seconds. It's the same exercises and aiming for the same rep. So this is the heavier exercise, 5 repetitions. Again, like you can see, they're really trying to get an acute angle at the elbow, especially at the top. That's where I felt a real squeeze, feeling the negative on the way down, and really trying to get up, right to the top there, so my chin's above the bar. I'm failing on that last one, as you can see there. This time my form's a bit better on these decline curls. They're only 6 kilos, but if you're doing this exercise properly and really working on that stretch position and initiating with the bicep from the bottom, you won't be using much more than that unless you're Ronnie Coleman or someone similar. My head's down this time, which is what I was a bit happier with, and as you can see, again, I only get 4 or 5 repetitions before I have to turn it into a hammer grip curl. And keeping the weight, the tension on the bicep. So I never let the elbows come forward, otherwise you tend to sit the weight on top of the elbow and you lose all the tension at the very top, and this exercise is much more focused on the stretch position than the squeeze. And I've not even gone to the heavier weight with the easy bar curls this time. I've gone straight for that 10 kilo plus the bar. It's a pretty heavy bar, I promise you, but form's much better. Maybe a little cheat at the bottom, but definitely feeling the negative all the way through, opening the hinge all the way open at the buys. Oh, and I do drop down, I forgot about this, I drop down to the 6 kilo dumbbells again, trying to keep that same angle that I had with the easy bar, and aiming for 10 repetitions total. That's happened with both drop sets, by the way. 10 reps has been the goal, and feeling every repetition. Bearing in mind this is at the end of a workout, guys. Give it a try, enjoy, let me know how you get on with it. Any tips you want, give me a shout.